All right, so we're going to simplify another rational expression here. So the denominators are not the same, so I know that I'm going to have to make them the same in order to join the fractions for, to make it one fraction. But on this one, it's going to require me to actually factor first. So before I get started, multiplying the top and bottom by something on each of these, I need to write both the denominators in factored form. Okay, so if the denominators will factor, you need to do that first. Okay. 2x plus 2x minus 1 will not factor, so I can leave that as a 4 over 2x minus 1 minus this one. All right, it's a quadratic. You always want to try to factor quadratics into its linear factors. This one is just going to be a GCF, so both terms have a 2x in common. So I know I can factor out a 2x. Okay, so whenever I factor out a 2x, this one's going to become 2x. Okay, because 2x times 2x is 4x squared. And then this term is going to become a 1. All right, now that it's in factored form, I can see what I'm missing on each term. So in order to join them, they got to have the same factors. Well, this one is missing a 2x factor. It already has the 2x minus 1 factor, which is nice. So what I need to do is I need to take the top and bottom of this and multiply it by 2x. Okay, here, I'll use red. I got a red in here. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 2x. Okay, so my new denominator, because the denominators are going to be the same now, is going to be 2x parentheses 2x minus 1. And again, I'm always going to leave my denominator in factored form. I'm not going to expand that. 2x times 4 is going to be an 8x. It's going to be a minus sign this time, minus that 4. Okay, it's joined as one fraction. There's no common terms I can combine. But now what I want to do is I want to see if there's any factors up top that cancel with the bottom. Okay, so the top I can write in factored form. I can factor out a 4. That's going to make this 8x a 2x, and the 4 a 1. And then I get 2x over 2x minus 1. You can see that there's a 2x minus 1 factor we can cancel. Bam, bam. So that leaves me with a 4 over 2x. And here you can divide the top and bottom by 2. So you're left with a 2 on top and an x in the bottom. So this expression simplified a lot. Right? It ultimately whittles down to just 2 divided by x. Okay. So check your answer if you want to. Just plug in some number for x here, see what you get. Plug in that same number for x here, and hopefully you get the same answer back. All right, last one. This one. So we need to factor the denominators because we need to see what factors we're missing on each term in order to join them. So I got x squared plus 1 over, this is going to factor using difference of squares. It's going to be x minus 5, x plus 5 minus, and then I've got x plus 3 over x minus 5. Okay. So in the denominator here, I'm missing an x plus 5 factor. So I'm going to have to multiply top and bottom by x plus 5. So notice here, I'm going to have to use the double distributive property to multiply this times all of that. If I write this out, it's going to be x squared plus 1 minus, and we'll go ahead and multiply this out. It'll be x times x is x squared. That'll be a 5x, and that'll be a 3x. So that'll become an 8x eventually. And then 3 and 5 will make a 15. And here's the thing. We need to subtract all of this, so I have to wrap this in parentheses right here. Okay, it's going to be very important because eventually you're going to need to change all these signs. And then in the bottom, it'll still be an x minus 5, x plus 5. Okay. So I didn't have to multiply the top and bottom of this by anything. All right, we can simplify it. It's going to be x squared plus 1 minus x squared minus 8x minus 15 over the exact same thing. Of course, you've got your x squareds that cancel. That's nice. So we don't have to try to factor a quadratic later. We're going to be having a negative 8x. 1 minus 15 is negative 14. And then the denominator is still the same. X minus 5. X plus 5. Okay. So this is our answer. It's not gonna simplify any further. You can factor the top. I'll go ahead and do it, but you'll see that there's no common factors. So for the top, they have a negative 2 in common. The leading coefficient's negative, so you need to factor out a negative. Negative 2, that would make that a 4x plus 7. X plus 5, x minus 5. The order doesn't matter. And you see there's no common factors that will simplify with each other. All right, so either one of these is our answer. And that's it.